now that I know I don't have it, I feel like I have no control over my symptoms even more, and I feel like I don't understand my symptoms at all, and I'm just like freaking out. I'm getting my gastric emptying scan on Tuesday, so I'm getting it in 2 days. It's Sunday now, and I'm just so nervous about this test that I've just been completely emotional this week. I just have basically only been able to think about this test. So it's the day before the gastric emptying exam, and I'm going to try to have a really good day today and eat a lot of food, because tomorrow for the exam, I basically get to eat a sandwich in the morning, and then I don't get to eat again until like 3 p.m. So I just took a shower, I'm home from work. So I have my scan tomorrow, and then I go back to work on Wednesday. And we had a really big scare today, because in the middle of the day, I got this email from Duke, and it was a letter, and it was a bill for $40,000 for this procedure. And obviously we wouldn't have to pay all of that. Our insurance was paying part of it, but it showed that we would have to pay like $2,200. And I was super freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that this procedure was so expensive. And I was also like, I had no idea we're gonna have to pay that much, and like no one had told us that or indicated that, and we hadn't like had any warning of this before the day before the procedure. So I was freaking out, but there was no moment where I at all questioned paying it, because I want this test so badly. And maybe that sounds crazy, but like after just everyone in my life telling me like, how are you this sick? You must be crazy. It must be stress. It must be psychological. Like I just want an explanation. I want to be able to say, hey, I'm not crazy. Like, I am sick. Please listen to me. Please take this seriously. It's not like a little nausea. Like, I've thrown up so many times today. Our sink currently has vomit in it from when I threw up before I took a shower. I threw up in the shower. When I was at work, I threw up all over my hand and like my jacket, because I couldn't like get out of the office soon enough to like go outside. And so then I was like throwing up in the bushes, and my boss was watching me, and like, this is not normal. I haven't binge eaten today. Like, I've had a normal amount of food, if not less food than I actually need. This is so frustrating to get told over and over again, nothing's wrong with you, nothing's wrong with you, it's probably stress, it's psychological. Maybe it is psychological. Maybe I am just crazy. But I would really like for that not to be the case. And I would really like for there to be something on this test. Oh, I was gonna tell you what happened with the charges. So Robert did question it, thankfully, and he called Duke, and they realized that they had put the wrong procedure on the letter. And so they fixed it, and it turns out it's not a $40,000 procedure, it is a $4,500 procedure, or $4,500 procedure. Then we only have to pay $900. It's still a lot that we have to pay because we haven't met our deductible yet, but then it'll mean that later on when they bill us for the endoscopy and the colonoscopy, we'll pay a lot less for that because we've already paid our deductible for our insurance. So that'll all work out fine. But yeah, we're paying $900 for this test now, and I don't even feel bad about it at all. Like, I'm not even questioning it. I just know that I need this test, and I need it so badly that I will probably not be able to sleep today. Like, it's all I can think about. So I'm sitting here on our living room floor, and I've kind of been really in my feelings ever since the gastric emptying exam, because first of all, it was a really expensive test, and I was really hoping that it would show something. And second of all, I was just very convinced that I had gastroparesis, which gastroparesis is a very like bad disease, and like you definitely don't want to have it. But I was just convinced that I had it, and I had been like researching treatments and like diets and how you're supposed to eat if you have it, and Robert and I had researched like surgeries they can do for it. But anyway, so it's just like I had it in my head that that's what I had, and I had talked to some other doctors and people who thought that that was probably what I had as well, and I just kind of had ideas of what the next steps would be if I had that, and I had ideas of how we would treat it or how we would deal with it. And so then to get it back negative, it just made me feel like I was just in this uncertain world again where I'm sick and I don't know why, and I don't even know, because that's really what I thought I had. And so I was kind of basing my decisions on imagining that I had that, and so I was trying to do things that I thought would help it, honestly. And now that I know I don't have it, I feel like I have no control over my symptoms even more, and I feel like I don't understand my symptoms at all, and I'm just like freaking out. I've barely eaten since the test. I've had like some applesauce, some hot chocolate, a couple bananas, and that's basically it. And the test was yesterday morning. Like I've been freaking out, and I've been thinking a lot and talking to friends and stuff and trying to figure out what to do now. So the gastroenterologist that I saw does not want to see me again until I have all of the tests done and until I see a nutritionist. So I have an appointment to see a nutritionist on the 14th, so I'm going to do that. And then today I called Duke and I scheduled my final exam, my final test, which will be a SIBO test, a test for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And that test will tell us if I have SIBO, and if I have SIBO, I will take an antibiotic for it, and that may or may not work, but that's a whole, we'll deal with that when that gets here. But in the meantime, I was trying to think about how to move forward, because I don't know how to move forward. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm scared to eat. I'm scared of, like, I pushed so hard to get through the symptoms, telling myself, like, you'll have the test and then you'll know what it is and you'll know what to do. And then I had the test and I don't know what it is and I don't know what to do. So I feel like I don't even want to eat because I'm just so tired of being in pain, and I'm tired of throwing up, and I'm tired of all of it. Like, I realized today that I don't even remember what it feels like to eat and not have like bad symptoms and be in pain. Like, I don't remember what it feels like because it's been so long. But anyway, what I decided is that I have been recommended by a lot of people to try eating low FODMAP, and I'm not super thrilled about the idea, but at this point I'm willing to try anything, and I'm already living off of hot cocoa and applesauce anyway, so my diet's already very limited, so I'll just change what it is that I'm limiting it to. And so we went to the store and got some things, and I'm gonna show you what we got, and then I'm gonna make dinner and try to not be in my feelings about this so much, because I've been in my feelings, very in my feelings. I'm just gonna kind of quickly go through this. So I really love this brand of cashew milk yogurt. It's the best non-dairy yogurt that I've ever found, and it has really like simple ingredients. So I got a lot of that. This Forager brand, I got this probiotic drink. I got like 4 of these, which I had when I was doing the prep for the colonoscopy. And then I got a plain unsweetened one as well that I've never tried before. I got some pumpkin seeds, because you're allowed to eat pumpkin seeds on this. I got some tomato basil sauce that doesn't have garlic or onions in it. I got some cheese that has no lactose in it, because it's cheddar cheese, so that should be fine. I got some spinach that I was thinking I'll make omelets with or something. I got a bunch of sweet potatoes. I got, well, these, I think Robert is gonna use this for recipe, but we got some bell peppers that are technically low FODMAP, but Robert's using them for a recipe that he's making. And then I got some quinoa, which thankfully is low FODMAP. I haven't really eaten quinoa in a while, but I used to love it, and I have some ideas of what I want to do with it. I got some carrots. So berries are low FODMAP, and you know I love fruit, so I got a ton of strawberries. I got two of these like big things of strawberries, and I also got, this is the last thing that I got at the store today, I got this big bag of kiwis. I read a lot that kiwis are really good for digestion, and they're low FODMAP, so I'm gonna try to eat some kiwis and see if that helps as well. So that's the current plan. I know you're supposed to limit fruit on the low FODMAP diet, but basically I'm eating fruits that are approved on the diet, and so I hope that's fine. I'm just experimenting at this point, just seeing what works. I'm eating foods that like you're supposed to be allowed to eat that are low FODMAP, and I'm just going with that. So this, as you can see here, is quinoa, and then there's 2 kiwis cut up on it. There is pumpkin seeds that are just raw, and then there's strawberries, and there's like a lot in here because I don't know how hungry I'm going to be at work, and I don't want to be hungry and then not have foods that I can eat because I'm following this certain diet. Okay, this is what I have for like food today at work, and then I'm definitely gonna bring more cashew yogurt with me. So it's like 4 in the morning. I've been up since 2. I didn't take Seroquel last night because I was really sleepy at 11 o'clock, and so I thought, I'm good. I'm just gonna have a good sleep tonight. I fell right asleep at 11, and then of course I only slept for 3 hours. So I'm up now. I did some writing, which I'm really proud that I did, and I think I'm gonna watch some Grey's Anatomy and just get to work really early. I'm eating some cashew yogurt with honey because I was like really hungry when I woke up, which is amazing. That almost never ever happens to me, but I had like 2 bites and I'm already full, but I'm gonna try to finish it before I go to work. I have been told by some people in my personal life that I'm too dramatic in these videos, and that's not really how I see it, honestly. And I mean, they're just videos. It's just a video. So if you don't want to watch it, like, you don't have to watch it. It's your choice, you know? And I know that these videos aren't for everybody, and I'm not making them to get a ton of views or really any other reason than I like making them, and it's what I need to do to deal with this. Like, documenting things is how I deal with things that happen in my life. I'm a writer. I made YouTube videos in the past every single day when I was dealing with stuff in college. Like, this is just how I deal with things. And if people don't like that, then they don't need to watch these videos. It's really hard to be told that I'm being too dramatic when I've been dealing with this for multiple years and I haven't been dramatic. Like, I've been telling myself for years, it's just in my head, it's just an eating disorder, I'm just mentally ill, like, I just need to get over this, I need to push harder, and if I push harder to eat, I'll get better. And I've been telling myself that for the past 2 years, and then I'm watching myself lose more weight, and it gets harder and harder to eat, and I'm just like, it shouldn't be this hard to eat. Like, I shouldn't not want to eat. I shouldn't be afraid to eat. I shouldn't not remember what it felt like to eat without pain. Like, that shouldn't be my life. And that realization is what has caused me to get all these tests and to be more vocal about it. And then to be told, like, oh, you need to be quiet again. You need to not talk about how you're feeling. You need to hide this. Why? Why do I need to hide this? Because I've been hiding it for 2 years and I've only gotten sicker. So I don't understand why I need to hide it. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm gonna talk about it, because who knows who else is going through something and wants to know they're not alone. Like, that's what I would want. That's what I want right now. I feel really alone, even though I get a lot of support on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And I post, if you don't follow me on Instagram, by the way, I post like what I eat every day on my Instagram if you're interested, so you can follow me there if you want to. I get a lot of support, which I really, really appreciate, and it means a lot to me, but I still know that I'm the one going through this. I'm the one dealing with the consequences of it, and people in my personal life just don't really understand, aside from Robert, who believes me over anybody else, and my coworkers, who also believe me over anybody else. And I would be lost without Robert or like my coworkers' support, honestly, because like, this is too much to handle on my own. And being told to hide it, like, this is a big issue. It affects me every minute of every day. Like, I can't hide it. Like, my coworkers are well aware. My husband is well aware. There's no way to hide something like that. And you shouldn't be asked to hide something that affects your health like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's my little rant about these videos. I am still trying to eat this yogurt. It's not that I'm not hungry, because I can tell that I'm hungry, but like, I have no desire to eat at all. Like, the thought of eating, I'm just like, ugh, like I just don't want to do it, which is so weird to me. Like, I used to love food. I used to love eating. Like, you guys used to see my videos. Like, I used to eat all day. Like, I've had people tell me that it's stress, and I kind of see where they're coming from with that. But at the same time, like, I have had really bad anxiety throughout my life, and there have been times when I've been really, really anxious and really stressed, and I've never really had a problem eating until like this started a couple years ago. It's just, it's different. Like, it's not stress. Like, it doesn't happen worse when I'm stressed, I don't think. Maybe a little, but it's not just stress, I don't think. But no one thinks I know my body, so what do I? So I really wasn't planning on cooking this morning because I obviously meal prepped the quinoa last night, but I do feel like I eat a lot of carbohydrates, and I do kind of wonder if maybe that's contributing, because FODMAPs are certain types of carbohydrates, and low FODMAP foods still have some FODMAPs in them. So what I'm thinking that I want to do is have like a more high protein breakfast and kind of see how I feel with that, and then I may have the quinoa for lunch at work. So I'm gonna go ahead and make an omelet, and so I have this small little omelet pan, and I've put some olive oil in it, and I'm gonna add some spinach and just go ahead and like cook that down, and then I'm gonna add like maybe 2 or 3 eggs. I just have spinach in the pan, and I basically filled the pan like all the way up with spinach because I know it's gonna cook down a lot. I don't really eat vegetables or greens because they're a lot of volume on my stomach, and it just tends to be really hard for me to eat them. I don't tend to eat them, but technically spinach is low FODMAP, and I think it might be good to have some veggies, maybe see if I need veggies after all. I don't know. I'm just trying anything at this point. So I decided upon 3 eggs. So I have 3 eggs in here, and I'm just gonna whisk them up and put them in the pan. So this is gonna be breakfast. This is 3 eggs with the spinach just cooked in olive oil with salt and pepper. I still have to finish this cashew yogurt, and then I have a kombucha as well. And we're gonna see how it goes. So I feel very nauseous and over full right now. Like, it was physically painful to eat the rest of the yogurt, but I did finish all the eggs, all the spinach, and all the yogurt, and it was trying not to gag on camera anymore, and it was really good. So I'm gonna take my kombucha with me to work, and I'm also gonna take with me one more cashew yogurt and the lentil concoction, or not lentil, oh, I'm so tired, quinoa concoction, and that should get me through the day, and I will see you guys tonight. So the kiwi, strawberry, quinoa, pumpkin seed thing was very, very delicious. If I wasn't doing low FODMAP, I would have probably added other seasonings or things to it, but even just plain as it was really, really good. And it got me pretty full, so I still have some left that I'm planning on eating now that I'm home from work, and I can just like sit on the couch and kind of chill. And then at some point I'll make dinner. I'm thinking that I'm gonna make the same dinner I made last night when I started low FODMAP, which was quinoa with this special pasta sauce that doesn't have onions or garlic in it, and then some cheddar cheese on top, because cheddar cheese is naturally lactose free. This is basically what I'll be eating for the next few weeks until the SIBO test, and hopefully this helps me. If it doesn't help me, I got nothing to lose really at this point at all. But I'll show you what I eat for dinner, but I'm just gonna finish this now and then chill for a while. I got distracted and forgot that I was making a vlog somehow, but I think it was because dinner was kind of hard. I made the quinoa, I added the pasta sauce, I added the cheese, and then I could only eat like a handful of bites. And so then most of it is just in this container right now. Like I barely really ate anything. I'm just not having a good day with the symptoms today. I'm just not, and I just don't want to push it, and so I'm just hoping that the longer I do the low FODMAP diet, that hopefully like it gets better, hopefully. And like the symptoms get less. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. But that's the end of this vlog. So I really thought that I would be able to do the low FODMAP diet for like 3 weeks before the next test, and 2 days in, I already gave up. The diet is just too restrictive. Like it restricts a lot of fruits. It restricts, I can't have any dairy products. Fruit and like dairy products are really what I like to eat when I feel sick. And so it just made me like not want to eat at all. And when every meal is already an uphill battle, like I don't want to be thinking about all these tons of things that I can't eat. It just wasn't working for me, and food has gotten harder and harder like every day, and I just like want to be able to have a chocolate bar or drink a cup of hot cocoa and just do what I can. Just eat whatever I'm craving, because eating anything at all is hard. So if I can't eat the things that I'm craving, then it just makes it a lot worse. So the current plan is to just try to hold on until the next test, which is the SIBO test, and that's gonna be on March 3rd. So I'm gonna grit my teeth and hold on and eat what I can until that test, and then whether or not it gives me answers, we're gonna have to find out what to do next, because this is not sustainable. It's not a sustainable way to live. It's just not.